Hi, my name is Amanda. What's your name?
My name is Candace Johnson.
Hi, Candace. I just want to start today's session by getting to know each other. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Um, well, I'm 35 years old and I'm a single mother of two kids. My son's name is Billy and my daughter's name is Emma. Billy's 7 and Emma's 11. I kind of have a drug problem, so um, I had my children removed from me, so I guess that's the whole goal of being here is to get them back.
Okay.
Um, so I don't really know how to do that, so that's why I'm seeking help.
Okay. So it sounds like your biggest goal of working with me is going to be coming up with a plan to get your children back.
Right.
Okay. Well, we can definitely work towards that. Before we dive into going through what that plan will look like, our first session today is just kind of going over the basics and making sure that you have a good understanding of what our agency looks like and what our sessions moving forward will look like. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start with the boring stuff first. In order to get the most out of these sessions, I think it's super important that we meet on a consistent basis. I don't know what that'll look like. It might be weekly, it might be bi-weekly, it might be monthly. But in order to get the best results, I think it's crucial that we meet on a consistent basis at a specific time, specific date, etc. However, I know that things come up and life happens and you're not going to always be able to make your appointments. Our agency has a policy that appointments need to be canceled at least 24 hours in advance. And if a client has more than 2 missed appointments, they're subject to discharge from the agency. Do you have any questions about that? Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that sounds okay.
Okay. Payment is due at the time of service. Our agency accepts most insurances, but if you're not insured for any reason, it's going to be $30 a session. If financiers are an issue, we can always come up with a payment plan and work something out. Okay. Lastly, we're going to talk about our confidentiality policies. And it's important that you know about this in order for us to build an honest rapport with each other and to make sure that we know expectations moving forward. In most cases, what is said in our sessions are going to be completely confidential. And that won't be a concern. However, there are a few exceptions to that. I am a mandated reporter, and that means that if there is something said in these sessions that could be a harm to yourself or others, then I am required to report it. Another instance would be if there is a report of suspected child abuse or neglect, elder abuse, or disabled abuse, or suspected of any of those, then I'm required to report that. Another instance would be if we're subpoenaed by the court to provide records or testify or anything like that, I'm required to do that. And lastly, if you sign a release of information, then I can provide our therapy records with whoever you sign the release for. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions about that?
Nope, that makes sense.
Okay, I know that was a lot to go over in a short amount of time. And this is just a brief 8-minute session. So if you have any questions, just interrupt me along the way, okay? So now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, can you tell me a little bit more about what brings you in today? I know that you mentioned that the drugs were a big issue for you and your goal was to get your children back. And I commend you for starting this. I think this is going to be the first step, and I think that we can work towards that and come up with a plan. But do you have any questions about what this will look like?
No, I just haven't really ever been to someone, so I'm kind of new to this whole situation. So I'm kind of nervous about that, but.
And that's understandable. I think that's a valid feeling, and I will talk you through it, and we will walk through it together through every session. I encourage you to just be candid with me. If you have questions or concerns, voice those. I ask you to be honest with me, and I will be honest with you in return.
Okay.
Have you ever received any services? I know that you said you haven't done therapy, but
no services.
Well, this will be a good starting point, and I think that you're making the first step.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it was really nice to meet you, Candace, and I look forward to getting to know you.
Me too.
Thanks.